This dwarf Abelia, I'm gonna prune a little bit differently than a larger growing Abelia over here that I'm gonna show you in just a minute. This one, I basically just find branches that are sticking out from everything else, and I'll chase them down into the plant just a little bit. I could come in here and just meatball this thing, absolutely turn it into a perfect little boxwood type shape. But I prefer to keep a little bit of a shaggy look to it, so it looks a little more natural. And so what I'll get on these is just a branch that will get out a little further than everything else, and I'll prune that off. It's a little naked down here in the front because we had some annuals planted along it last year, and it defoliated the bottom of it, but that's no big deal. That'll fill back in really, really quickly. But basically, this pruning I'm doing on it is just to get it away from the Leanne Clara that are behind it. So I am sculpting the back of it, but I'm not sculpting the front of it. In the front up here, I'm just taking any limb that's sticking up a little higher than anything else, and I'm chasing that down in the plant just a little bit. And at the end of this, it won't appear that I did really any pruning on it. But I will have reduced the size of it just a bit and kept it kind of natural looking. So that I can, in this material, when you're pruning like this, you can just chop and drop it. I can put this right under the plant and mulch itself, or I can come back in under this Leanne Clara behind it and throw it under there. I can cut it into smaller pieces if I want it neater looking, or it can go in the compost pile, or whatever the heck you want to do with it. But I'm saying that there's no, as long as this plant's not diseased in any way, the material that comes off of it can be its own mulch, or it can be this tree's mulch or whatever. But so that's the general way I'll go through and prune some of these dwarf shrubs that get a little bit of spiky growth on them. And we'll do this, I can do this a few times during the growing season, because here and there, here's a piece right here. It's sticking up, a foot higher than the rest of the plant. So I just go down in the plant a little bit, cut it off a little bit lower than the top of the plant. And again, at the end of the day, it doesn't appear that I've done any pruning on it. I got a much larger growing Abelia over there. I'll show you how I do that one.